The method of solving by undoing requires that you have a really strong understanding of your order of operations. So just a quick review. For any problem, when you're using your order of operations, you do the work inside the parentheses first, whatever that work might be. Then you take care of the exponent. Then you do the multiplication and division from left to right. And then you add or subtract from left to right. So let's take a look at the order of operations for this problem. So when I think about that, I'm thinking about what do I do to my x? So for my x, the very first thing I would do I would add 1 to it. So I'm going to add 1 to x. Then afterwards, I'm going to square that quantity, whatever that quantity is. And then you're going to multiply by 4. And that would finish your order of operations on the left side of the equation. But the interesting thing about solving by undoing is that we actually undo our order of operations in the opposite order. So that means that we would have to undo each of these operations for this problem. So to start, we would need to undo the multiplying by 4, and we would do that by, of course, dividing everything by 4 on both sides. And once you do that, those 4's will cancel out, and you'll be left with x plus 1 squared on the left side, and 36 divided by 4 is equal to 9. So we've undone the multiplying by 4. Now we need to undo the squaring, and to undo a square, you must do the square root of both sides. But when you are doing the square root of both sides, you must be cautious to include both the positive and negative option, because squaring makes everything positive. We could have a negative as well. So when you do that, now you have just an x plus 1 on the left side, and then that would be equal to 3, both a positive and a negative, because of the positive negative that is a part of your square root. So what that turns into then is two separate problems where you have x plus 1 is equal to 3 and x plus 1 is equal to negative 3. And we finish by undoing or adding 1. And so to undo that, you of course subtract 1 from both sides. So as you subtract 1 from both sides of these equations, you end up with your x equals 2 and x equals negative 4. And those would be your two solutions to the equation 4 times x plus 1 squared equals 36 using the solving by undoing method.